Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. Yes, this is RRB, and the replay was sent in by Drunken Jedi, and he had a very interesting battle, to say the least, and he is in the Swedish A21A3. Battle rating 3.3 Swedish fighter, off rank 4, very low battle rating, and it has a lot of similarities with a P-38, but the main difference is that it is a push-prop design, whereas the P-38 also has practically two engines. This only has one. But then we also come to the armament. It shares also a 20mm and 4 heavy machine guns with the P-38 design in rather similar mountings. The central 20mm Aken M45 with 140 rounds, and then 4 13.2mm Aken M39A machine guns with 1350 rounds. And those Swedish 13.2s, they are notoriously hard hitting. When I grinded through the Swedish tech tree, they were just really powerful, especially with their ammunition. I never thought that those incendiary shells would be that great. They behave a bit more like high explosive fragmentation bullets, so like little high explosive shells. I don't know if this is a little bit of a mistake with the picture and then the description, and also the mixture with the armor piercing. They really hit hard. And then you also have a quite considerable weapon loadout, so you could also play it for very great effect in tank RB. Drunken Jedi is on the Mostok map, and while I love Mostok in ground RB, in air RB I think that even for props, even for low tiers, it's a rather small map. On the other hand, where the two teams start off, they just fly right into each other, but not directly head on, and also the objectives, the ground targets and the bombing points, they're a bit off to the side. On the other hand, even the light targets such as the machine gun nests, etc., they drain tickets if you destroy them. So this is in theory a ground attacker's dream. In practice, not so much. And while here the A21 has considerable firepower and great weapon loadout, it's not the greatest climbing machine, even at 3.3, and I think we have some higher battle rating planes to, well, also fight against. And he stated in the email that he tried to side climb to get a bit of altitude, but you know, the map is so small and you're visible, and a lot of BF-109s especially, at this battle rating, they're just the vultures, they're just the hawks that are always above you. And add to this mixture zeros, that is just drastic, and zeros are annoying at best if they are flown correctly. This A6M3 notices him a bit too late, and one shell is all that it takes. That looked a bit like laggy or so, but this is just a replay, the original replay, not really being able to catch up immediately. He zooms away with over 500 kilometers per hour, but another zero is behind him, but gets visited by an F4U Corsair, and so this is then where the furball begins, and the furball has its own rules. While in a 1 versus 1 situations, it's really down to the skill and the capabilities of both the player and the plane. I think that a furball is just where so many planes are fighting each other in close proximity that priority or prioritizing the right target, etc., is really important. And this is when then the midfield AA says, hello, I want to play with you, and just smokes his engine. I don't know if this is a fuel leak, if it's an oil leak, a water leak, because here are several information restrictions in the replay. Again, I wanted to inform Gaijin that they should give us more information, make it more obvious when a kill comes, etc. And yeah, there he just missed the second target just a bit. And you can see he is rather slow on speed, and while he tries to have a good lead on this P-47, which now loses a piece, he can't follow up the BF-109. There is another BF-109, so great situational awareness, and he wins the head-on. But again, this is then where we come to the topic of the video, the title. He has no other choice. He had to take this head-on as well. And versus this G55, yeah, he just had to take here the shots. And again, there are so many planes around him. Again, this furball follows his own rules. And again, then he takes the kill. That is kill number 4. And he chooses this moment to really consider his options and finds out he apparently has a lack of engine power. Maybe the engine is slightly damaged, although the paper model doesn't look good. But maybe he is also on borrowed time with the engine just overheating in a few minutes. And he considers this point to return to the airfield. After 4 kills, he really has done his duty. Again, I cannot tell you if he lacks now ammunition or not, because information restrictions from the replay. In a real recording, I could tell you. And so this is then where the decision to return to the airfield is really crucial, because at this point it sounds like it's a 4 versus 5. But this will change quickly, because one is already on the airfield and it's a medium bomber. He is also returning to the airfield, so the remaining teammates of his are in a 2 versus 5. And so, yeah, one of the enemy Focke-Wulfs just shot down the P-61. So this is more like a 3 versus 5. And again, 2 of his players, including him, are around the airfield. Now, again, the map is so small that it is, to me, very often surprising how much of the fighting actually occurs in the middle and not right away on one of those 2 runways. There we can see the first Bf-109, and he is already heading for the airfield. The PE-2 is taking off, and this is very risky, because very often people are just greedy. They see an easy kill because you're on the runway, and then the Bf-109 pulls straight up, and the AA is shooting wildly. And this is one of those inconsistencies, because now the AA shot the Bf-109 on fire, and some other teammates of the enemy team are coming closer and closer. They have a lot of altitude, a lot of speed, and probably are not really damaged. And so this is one of those situations. What can you do? And it's this moment where it's truly a 5 versus 1, or a 1 versus 5, however you want to see it. And what choice does Drunken Jedi have here? He has to take off a little bit to the side to get a bit of distance, but he's so slow. He's just taking off, and here they come. His only choice is to face them head on, to at least make a trade, to sell his life dearly. Running away, no chance. And also the fight above the airfield, he was not run away. And this was the first set on fire, and the second one also on fire. That's already 5 kills, and 1 is on fire, probably burning as well, and dying. There is the Bf-109G, and now he can only hope that the enemies get greedy, that they just mess it up. And now he also got the 6th kill, because he had no other choice. The fight was put towards him. It was not his choice. So he had no other choice to fight around the airfield. And you can see how slow he is. He has barely any altitude, and from the 2 head-ons that also were first forced upon him, he has a damaged wing, and also is probably leaking something. So that's a lot of stress that he's under. The Focke-Wulf is coming in, and he turns the plane to giving a rather small profile. The Focke-Wulf doesn't even shoot and is surprisingly close nearby. And he decides to not go into a scissor fight with a 109. And the 109 then again tries to get over the ridgeline, but then was sniped by the AA once again. So that leaves now only 2 enemy players. He killed 2 of the 5, and 1 of them was shot down by AA. So what can he do about the other 2? You can see it in the replay time. He is now going for the landing. So what will happen in the next minute or so? So one of them again died, and he was then shot down from late damage by the AA. But again, this is a very controversial thing. The map is way too small. The fight was forced upon him, and while it was not really all that amazing, also here we have the thing that the Bf-109 crashed probably on the runway. And so that is him having won a 5 versus 1. That is amazing. And it was the enemy's greed, it was the enemy's inability to win consecutive head-ons, and also being too stupidly rushing into the enemy flag, and also the flag working for once. And that is 6 kill and 1 assist and carrying the team. And this is one hell of an epic award. We have the Hero of the Sky, the Survivor, and the Last Man Standing. And the 6 kills, the 1 assist, and all those awards round up to 121,000 civilians and nearly 22,000 RP, with the Last Man Standing being a rather rare award. So Drunken Jedi, that was one hell of an epic fight, but it didn't really look like one. But when you get this result yourself, I can promise you, your hands would shake. And this was against all odds. So thanks for sending in, and I hope you enjoyed this rather short video. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and please give this video a like if it did, subscribe if you want to see more, please join my Discord, and we'll see each other on the ways, in the skies, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.